Hello, everybody. Wonderful day in paradise and DDOS land. So, I figured I had allotted this time for my live show, but it turns out that one of my fans, or multiple of my fans, or people who are just fans of the show, have decided that they need to do a distributed denial of service on me every time I do a show. It's getting really lame. And so I have, I guess at this point, the live shows are done until I come up with another solution. And because I can't have Skype on during any of the shows. And so, if I have Skype on, that's how they get my IP. Skype offers me no protection whatsoever against showing my IP. And I've had a lot of people that have given me a lot of advice on how to take care of this. There's been solutions that are hardware, that are software, that are all kinds of different things. And the fact is that since Skype exposes its IP, it allows someone to do a DDoS attack on Skype itself. Or on your network connection. So even if I go through a proxy or a VPN, if they've got a good connection, if they've got some power with their DDoS attack, they can take me offline. Right now, I've got 150 megabit down and 65 up, and they're still overwhelming me. And so, there's a lot more. Maybe the pipe is bigger. On other stuff, maybe it's 100 megabit each direction or whatever, but then, if I go through a service where it's like a website or whatnot, then maybe I'm going to end up paying for bandwidth charges and everything. I don't know. So, effectively, it puts an end to the call-in show. And the call-in show is the only way that you can actually get video from people. And so, I have to rethink about how it is that I that I do this show, and so it can't be live. If I do any interviews, they have to be recorded and then put up. And how do you make that connection with people? Because that's one of the beautiful things about the live show is that I'm there interacting with everybody, and that's what viewers want. And so. It ends up being that you can't do any of that, and or you have to think of different ways of doing it. Now, I would like to implore Skype to actually make some sort of service or something. I don't care if I have to pay for it to prevent this from happening. There are a lot of people who talk about this happening, and it. It's a common problem. There's a lot of people that say they have all kinds of fixes for it. Put it through a proxy and stuff. Well, the problem is they take out the damn proxy then. And so, yes, okay, so they bust up the call while I'm on the call. So I reset the proxy. I put it back up again. 5 minutes later, we're back up. And then if I try and resume the call or whatever, they get my new IP again, and they do it again. So... they don't even have to, all they have to do is establish a connection with me, and they can see me. And I can't prevent who establishes a connection with my Skype. The only thing I can do is I can hide my Skype account so that nobody knows what it is, and then I could do a live show that way, but we could not have any interactivity of taking callers, live callers. Or, maybe... Maybe I should just go old school, phone right here. Maybe I should just go old school and hook up telephone, a regular telephone with all of my equipment here. And then I can just give out a phone number for people to call, and we can do that. It still would not allow any video, though. And that's one of the better things about doing the shows is actually seeing real people asking the real questions that you or I want to know, and taking it from there. So, maybe what I'll have to do is maybe I'll just have to start accepting calls all the time from people, and then have my recording stuff ready for if they've got something interesting to say that I record it and then it goes up on YouTube later, and that may be a way of doing this. So I've got about 20 or 30 hours into resolving this issue, and so I'm coming to the conclusion that there is just no infrastructure robust enough to keep this from happening, and I can prevent it by obfuscation, so that if I have certain people in there already, fine. Maybe the next one we try it with Google Talk and a Hangout, and that people get invited into the Hangout or something. I'm not sure. Or that we just open up a Hangout and we let everyone in, and then we boot the idiots. That might be fun. Maybe I'll have to try that. So, if you are someone who's experienced this before, please contact me. I don't always see all the comments on my videos. I don't always see all the messages to my YouTube channel. My email is marky@gmail.com. And I'd be interested to hear from you. Now, I've heard a lot of different ways of dealing with this and everything, and maybe I just have to look outside the box at other video ways of doing things. And Google Talk may be the answer for that, because it doesn't expose your IP. And so Fear may have something on that. Fear, he does everything, he does all of his Google Talk stuff, the Hangouts. So maybe that's what happens. But the problem is that we're going to get a whole bunch of disruptive people, and that's going to suck. So anyway, my thoughts for the day. Take care, everybody.